Today I have an exciting video for you guys. I'm going to be sharing our house renovation and I'll be sharing some tips and tricks of how you can renovate your house and make it look more for less. Some budgeting tips, and I'll be showing you before and after photos of how we finally got here. It has been quite a journey. Our renovation of our house took 3 months. We renovated the entire house. When we first got the house, it looked nothing like this. When we came in, it wasn't a pretty sight, but I am a very visual person. I'm a creative person, and I like to look behind all the, the ugly walls and the dark colours and the stained carpets, and I like to kind of think in my head, right, what would you do if you took everything out, opened up the walls, paint everything white, and then start with a brand new canvas. This room that I'm sitting in now is our open plan living and kitchen area. So back there, that's the living room area. You can see an L-shaped sofa, and there is also a wall on that side with the TV. And I'm sitting in the now kitchen area, which used to be the double living room. So that room and this room was kind of like a dining living room area. And this middle part here, it was more closed off, and it was an arch, so you could kind of walk through. To the right of me, there was a wall. And this wall was the partition between a very skinny kitchen and the dining living room area. So I asked our builder to knock the wall out completely so we can make an open plan kitchen, because I feel like there's only 2 of us, me and Manif, my husband, and we didn't really need a really big living room. All we needed was a living room space to sit on the sofa, watch telly, and we would use the kitchen more so than the living room. So we decided to make the kitchen bigger and make the living room smaller. As you can see from the photos, the old space, it was really dark and gloomy. We had wooden kind of wall panels, which is a very old-fashioned style, and we also had a very beautiful fireplace. Actually, I was in 2 minds regarding the fireplace. I wanted to keep it because it's so beautiful and it kind of keeps its kind of history in the house, but at the same time, it's not working fireplace. It's just there for show, and it's taking up quite a lot of room. So I made the decision to take the fireplace out completely, and having done that, we were able to create an alcove in the wall and put some shelves in to just create some extra kind of shelving to have some nice display bit. The alcoves that were beside the chimney breast, to the right hand side, we were able to create a fridge housing, and on the left hand side we were able to put an open dresser unit. So that's really good use of space that we've done, which you wouldn't have been able to do if we kept the fireplace. My husband and I were on a very strict budget. I handle all the finances because I'm better with budgeting money, but also Manif, he was fine with it. He said I can, do all the budgeting and all the designing and decorating. He had an input, and I made sure he came along with me to when we did all the material shopping, so he could have an input. But to be honest, he wasn't that interested. He completely put his trust in me to make the house look nice, which is great because it's what I love doing, and I had free reign of how I wanted to design the house, so that was good. Now, in terms of the budget, we did not have a lot to play with. Now, we have been saving. Now, you really have to budget. If there is a tip that I can give you, then it's budget. And the way you can do this is just making some really simple lifestyle changes. So when we were saving, I looked at all of our outgoings for the month. So for example, I would say we were spending on our food and grocery shop about £200 a month, maybe, or just under. And I thought, right, that is a lot. For 2 people, that is a lot. We don't need to spend that much. So I then budgeted for us to spend only £120 a month, which meant we would be saving £80 a month on our food and grocery, and 80 times 12 months, it's like £960. So that's like nearly £1,000 we saved just on cutting down on our food shop and we did this by switching brands and only shopping for food when it was on offer, which is really good, because these days a lot of supermarkets, they always have things on offer. For example, you know, canned food like beans and tuna, whenever it's on offer, we would stock up. We would stock up as much as we could, because obviously we didn't have a bigger space in our old place. But always, you know, there's always a deal around. You know, if there's not one in Tesco, there's one in Sainsbury's. If there's not one in Sainsbury's, there's one in Iceland or Morrison. We didn't compromise on like the quality of food, we just got them for cheaper elsewhere. We also saved money by eating out less. I think in our first 6 months of marriage, we were getting takeaway like 3 times a week. We now only get takeaway once a month. I also just completely went on a spending ban in terms of like clothes shopping and shoe shopping. I haven't bought new clothes in a year. I haven't. I mean, okay, I bought like in the last year, I probably bought about 2 things, and those 2 things would have been in the sale. So yeah, you just have to compromise, and just when you're saving for something big, you will compromise on these things naturally. If you're like a shopaholic and you love to buy bags and shoes, and you're thinking, oh my god, I can't stop buying bags, there's no way I'll be able to give that up. When there comes a time that you need to save for something big, for example a wedding or a house or anything, you will naturally give it up and it will become easier. So for the actual renovation of the house, we paid a labour cost to the builder, and we bought our materials separately. We were given the option of paying the builder the labour and the materials, so he would then buy the materials and then we'll pay however much it costs, or we buy the materials and give it to him. Now, if you ever renovate and the builder gives you an option, I would go with the option of buying your own materials. That way you can shop around for the cheapest deals. You know, if you have a good builder, he'll probably buy the cheapest thing for you to save you money, which our builder did at times. But then don't forget, you know, they're busy on renovating the house. They don't have time to shop around for you on your behalf. So they'll probably get everything from the same place. Like they'll probably get everything from Selco or Wix. Whereas when you choose the materials, you have free reign. You can go to the shops and look for the cheapest deals. In terms of our materials, we bought everything in the Boxing Day sale and in the January sales. So we got our house renovated November, December, January. So luckily it was, you know, the festive season and everything was on sale. I never pay full price for anything. You know, my background is in buying, in fashion, and I realised the markup on things and how ridiculous it is. So that's probably where it stems from, or it's also the fact that my mum's always been quite money savvy and she's always bought things in the sale, and that's rubbed off on me. But the markup on things is really high and things eventually go on sale. So why buy it for full price when you can buy it for half price? So for our kitchen, on Boxing Day, we went to the kitchen showroom because we knew they had 50% off all kitchen cabinets plus 20% off all appliances, and they also did an appliance price match. So this is the biggest thing, and this is where we saved so much money. They offer interest-free for kitchens for, I think it's over like 4 years, which was the biggest help. Without that interest-free offer, we would not have been able to buy a kitchen. We now pay monthly for our kitchen, and we're going to be paying it across 3 to 4 years. Also, another tip for you, whenever you buy a kitchen, they will offer their installation services. Now, showrooms charge you a bomb to install kitchens. Don't go for it. If you can, ask your builder to install it. Ask them to do the plumbing and the installation, because it will be half the price. I used to work for a kitchen company, so I know how expensive it can be to install your kitchen. I forgot to actually mention another wall that we broke down is the back wall, which faces the back garden. Now, there was a very small window here and it was just not bringing in any light. So it's this that's in front of me. There was a very small window, and I had the idea of just breaking the whole wall down and installing French patio doors. It's just opened up the space by miles, and it's bringing in so much light. So even like me filming this video, the lighting is quite good because we've just opened up the whole wall. So as you can see from the before photos, it's very dark and really dingy. It's not letting in a lot of light, and the room just looks really closed. And then moving on to the after photo, immediately you can see, you know, how big, how much more spacious the room looks and how much light is coming through. Lighting for me is very important. If you have the opportunity to bring in lots of light into your home, then do so. If you have space to replace a small window to a bigger window, then definitely save some money and do that, because you will really appreciate all the natural light coming into your house. Natural lighting also makes a house appear more bigger. If you want to make your house appear bigger than it is, the biggest tip I can give you is to just remove all your wallpaper and plaster the walls and then paint it all white. White walls make everything seem so much more spacious and so much bigger. It's also a blank canvas for you to be able to create anything you like, and it just looks more luxurious than, I don't know, say, you know, a blue living room or like a red or a burgundy. Those colours are lovely, and if you love colour, then a tip from me to you would be to have a feature wall of that colour. So we have a feature wall in the living room. Oh, by the way, the living room, I decided against doing white because I wanted to differentiate the kitchen to the living room. Actually, in the kitchen is a good example. All the walls are white, but for the chimney breast, if you can see here, I've actually chosen a feature colour. I've chosen a really nice olive colour. It's a Dulux colour called Overtly Olive, just in case you want to know, because everyone that's come here has complimented this colour. It's such a nice colour. I was going for like a sage colour, but I found this, which is very similar, and it's just so lovely. It's it kind of gives that kind of farmhouse look, which I really love. And then on the opposite side, I've got matching tiles in the olive colour. So that's a way of bringing colour into your home, but not so much, and not so much that it makes it look really small and dark. White, remember, white opens up space. Colour, darker colours, makes it smaller. And if you want to use colour, then definitely do a feature wall. Also, in the living room, we have a feature wall. We have this really beautiful, really bright, really fun wallpaper. It's got pomegranates on it. I love looking at that wall. It's so fun, and it's just such a great feature wall, and it just brings in some colour into the house whilst also maintaining the brightness of the house. And the really good thing about doing a feature wall is that you only need like 2 rolls of wallpaper depending on your space, so it's not going to be too costly, as opposed to if you were doing all of the walls with wallpaper, because wallpapers can go up to like £40, £50 a roll, and times that by however many walls you've got, however many meters you need, that can be very expensive. So you can pick a really nice wallpaper and just do a feature wall. I think we only needed 2 rolls of wallpaper for that, so that I think was about maximum £20 a roll, so that was only £40 for the one feature wall, which really makes a statement. It's really nice, so we're really happy with that. We have 2 bedrooms. The first one is our main bedroom, and it was a big space to work with, and I thought, you know, I don't want to clutter it. All we need in a bedroom is a bed and a wardrobe and a mirror, of course. So I had the idea of actually building a wall, and also we could have a walk-in wardrobe, because that way we could fit more clothes into a walk-in wardrobe by using more of the wall space, as opposed to just having just visible wardrobes. So we got our builder to build us a wall and make a partition in the middle. So I would say we used about 1/4 of the room. So 3/4 is the actual bedroom now, and 1/4 is the walk-in wardrobe. He built a little archway for the door, and inside the walk-in wardrobe we just installed Pax wardrobes. Pax wardrobes, I'm sure you guys know of them. They're absolutely great. And we chose not to have the doors, obviously, which made it a lot cheaper. This whole setup that you see here cost us £390, so it's cheaper to not get the doors. Had we have not had the partition, we would have definitely got the doors, because we don't really want, you know, everyone to kind of see our clothes at first instant. The shelves that you see here, we bought from B&Q. Really cheap to buy shelves from B&Q. So we got those installed, and it's now going to be used as shoes and bag storage. And it's also extra shelving in case we want to fold any of our knitwear. But this is a really good idea of using small spaces. Behind this is the stairs. And it's also sloped, so we couldn't fit more of the Pax wardrobe in this space. So if you've got small space, definitely use them up by installing shelves, and by doing that you are also creating extra storage room. So this is our lovely bed. I absolutely love our bed, and how it looks so expensive, but I can honestly tell you guys it wasn't expensive for what it is. We were looking for grey velvet beds in all the shops and online, and they were retailing for about £2,000, and we found this bed on Instagram. The Instagram seller is called Love My Beds, I think it's called, and I think they just have a warehouse. They don't have a showroom, they don't have overheads, they don't have people to pay. So this bed is a king size bed, and it comes with the mattress, and it costs £760, I think. No, cheaper, £660. Delivery was about £40. So in total, including delivery, we paid for the bed, the mattress and delivery £700. £700, and the quality is amazing. Though the mirror that you see here, again, I was having a look online, and the prices that I was getting was, you know, £700, £800, £900. It was so expensive. I think the cheapest I found this mirror was for about £500, and I nearly bought it, but then I just went on eBay. I thought, okay, let me check on eBay, and there was somebody selling these mirrors for, I think, £130, £140. I couldn't believe it. It was like so cheap compared to the prices that I was finding online on other websites and in stores. So I messaged the seller, and cheekily I asked for a bit of a discount. I said, oh, would you do me a discount? Would you do it for I think I said £120, and they said, we'll sell it to you for £125. And I thought, great. So, you know, I've got a bit of discount there. The good thing about eBay is you can message sellers and you can ask for a discount. Everything I've ever bought on eBay, I've always asked them for a discount. Sometimes I get a no, sometimes I get a yes, sometimes, you know, they'll say, okay, fine, I'll give you 5% off, but 5% is better than anything. Any discount is good. Even if it's just a few pounds off, it really adds up. And guys, if you ever buy anything from eBay, just message the seller. You've got nothing to lose. It's not face to face. They don't know who you are. They can't see you. So if they say no, then they say no. That's it. So for our bedroom, we just have a mirror, a bed, and the walk-in wardrobe. So we've kept it really empty. So that was the first bedroom. We also have a second bedroom, which we're not entirely sure as to what to do with it right now. So we're just using it as a storage space to put all of our extra belongings in cardboard boxes. And then we have the bathroom. The bathroom is probably one of the biggest renovations of the house. Have a look at the before and after photos. Before, the bathroom was a bogey green colour. It was dark, it was small. It's still small, but I mean, it looked very cramped. As soon as you go in, you're met by the sink, and then you've got the toilet, and then you've got the big bulky bath on the side. So I've just told our builder to completely rip everything out. I didn't want to see anything of the old bathroom. It was so depressing. Look at the colours. I mean, I love green. In fact, it's almost a similar green to what's on this wall here, but to have that shade of green in a bathroom, it's quite depressing. It's quite old-fashioned, actually. I do notice, like, bathrooms, like older bathrooms, they do have this kind of weird, kind of dull colour. I don't know if it was a thing back then, but right now, no way. So the builder completely ripped everything out. So have a look at what the bathroom looks with everything ripped out. So he took out, you know, as much as he could, and I've decided to, on the right hand side, in place of the bath, just have a walk-in shower. Showers so much more convenient, and you know, when you have a bath and a shower, how many times do you use a shower versus how many times you use a bath? So I think a shower is just, you know, if you're single, or you know, if you don't have kids, you know, having a shower is just great. Just walk in and out. You know, some people love their baths because if they have kids, they can give their kids a bath, but you know, we're single right now, and we just want to make everything convenient for us right now, and just have a walk in and out shower takes up less space in the bath. And with the space that was left, we then installed the toilet, and then we were able to use the other side of the bathroom to have a double sink and a vanity unit. Having a different texture or shade tile in the shower area really makes your bathroom look quite luxurious and premium, stuff like what you see on Instagram and Pinterest. So again, I got them in the sale. But you just have to, when you are renovating, you have to look out for the offers and go during the festive time when it's like 50% off, 20% off, and, you know, stuff like that. But I am such a bargain hunter. I will always try to get the cheapest price I can for something, and it just gives me great joy to know that I've saved X amount of money on something. There's being cheap and stingy, and then there's being money savvy. I am money savvy. I try to get the most I can out of my money, so I have more money to spend on other things, like going to nice places to eat. Or the bathroom, so I really wanted those really beautiful standalone vanity units, and my gosh, are they expensive. They are so expensive. They're like £2,000-3,000, and I didn't have £2,000-3,000 to spend on a vanity unit. So a cheat way of creating a vanity unit on a really low budget is to just buy kitchen units. So what you see here, they're just units. Kitchen units are made of carcasses. The carcass is the actual unit, and then the doors will go in front, and that's what makes a kitchen unit. So we bought the carcasses from Wix, and we bought the doors again also from Wix, and then we chose our handles. We just bought basic chrome handles. You can upscale it by adding, nice crystal handles or gold handles, whatever you like. And for the sink worktop, it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of granite. Now granite is so expensive. We also have granite in our kitchen. Guys, don't ever buy granite from like a shop. The best place to buy a piece of granite is from, just look for like a builder's yard and see if they're selling any offcuts. That's what we did. We bought offcuts. We bought the L shape for the kitchen. So this really nice kind of marble light grey granite. We bought an L shape. It's an offcut, and for the bathroom it's also an offcut. There's always a local builder's yard that sells granite worktops, quartz worktops, composite worktops, anything you like. Granite is so expensive. By buying an offcut and by buying it from like a local builder's yard, you can get it for about 25% of the retail price. Honestly guys, our kitchen worktop, when we wanted to get it from Wren Kitchens, it was, I think they said to us it would be £3,500, and I thought, no way, there's no way we're doing that. And I'll tell you how much we paid for this piece of granite right here, the L-shaped piece. The L-shaped piece we paid was £350. Can you believe it? £350 for a granite that should have been £3,500. Definitely check out your local builders yards for offcut pieces, because you can have the highest quality for the lowest price. So that was the bathroom, and I think I've covered, most points of the house, and I really hope I wasn't waffling, and I hope you were able to learn something from this and get some good tips and ideas. I hope you've enjoyed me sharing my experience with you. Let me know if there's anything that I didn't cover that you would like me to cover in another video, and I'd be more than happy to share it with you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!